Hello, my name is Dr. Mike Capio. I'm from Los Angeles, and I just had a patient cancel on me on a 2-hour block. So what am I gonna do? I am gonna change my air-water syringe. Assistant's been complaining of sticky buttons and leaking water on the patients. So I ordered this kit from American Dental Accessories. Okay, it's got 2 new buttons in there to address the sticky buttons. It's got a new spring and some O-rings that'll address the leaky water on the patient's face. And I gotta tell you, this is really easy. If you can't do this, you probably shouldn't be fixing people's teeth. So over here, we have the buttons, okay, and everything that's needed for the buttons. 2 little springs and 2 buttons. And then over here is what we'll need for the air-water syringe. There's 2 little O-rings that you're gonna find and a spring. And over here, including the Explorer, these are the tools that you'll need. 2 Allen wrenches, you'll just figure out which sizes fit. And then hemostat and an Explorer. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna have to do here is turn off your compressor so that there's no air running through the lines, and then take your hemostat and you go ahead and block it by clipping the wire, okay, so that there's no residual air coming through the lines here. If you don't do that, what's gonna happen is the buttons and springs are gonna pop off and fly across the room, reminiscent of popping champagne bottles at a club, okay, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do here is take something small, like this Allen wrench, okay, and there's a little pin right here. Okay, we're gonna push that pin out, and let's see what happens. Okay, so now the pin is out, and the buttons will rise up, and I can take them out. Okay, and inside there, under the buttons should be some springs. So I'll take my small object and take out the springs that were in there. Here is an example of a spring. Okay, so now we have our new springs, and we'll just do everything in reverse. The spring looks like a cone, and so we'll put the skinny side up. New buttons. Okay, take the pin and put him back. Depress the buttons a little bit. Do one at a time to kind of make it a little bit easier. Okay, so there it is, put all back together. That's how you replace the buttons. Second problem to address is the leaky front here, okay? And so what you do is you find the Allen wrench that fits here, like this, okay? And you depress the button, the outer ring, and loosen it. Okay, and these parts are actually sold separately, but I'm gonna keep mine. And what you'll find is a spring, okay, and there's a little O-ring. And so the O-rings in the beginning of the video showed you, you're gonna replace that O-ring, replace this O-ring. Use your Explorer, okay, and then just keep track. Old one and the new one. So here comes the new one. Okay, so that sits right there, and that's a new piece that goes around that screw. Okay, there's a second little O-ring that's inside here. I just used something sharp to pull it out of there, but there it is, right there. And again, just keep track of the old one and the new one, and it's so tiny here. Okay, it's a little donut. We'll plop it back in that space. Okay, so new O-ring placed in the deepest part there. Okay, so now we're gonna put this thing back together. We put back the spring inside, the new spring inside here. Okay, and then there's actually there's a way to line it up. So you line it up here and depress the outer circle and tighten the inner part of the button. Okay, so there you have it. Okay? Okay, so now that we got this all fixed up, we're gonna turn on the compressor and take off this hemostat. Okay? We'll check it. We got air, water, both, and no leaking.